Hey everyone, I figured I'd just do a really quick video about installing the Gale Banks Engineering 52103 3-inch downpipe. It's supposed to replace the factory downpipe off of a Ford with the ATS-093 kit that they came from factory. Because right now I'm working on it's a 94 F350 with a 7.3 IDI and the factory Ford ATS turbo kit. And I didn't really find any information or any videos about installing this, so I figured I'd just make one. But here we have the Banks downpipe, and then right back there is where the factory downpipe would be. It's disconnected. It's just a V-band. And then we go under the truck here. Now most of the exhaust wasn't already on the truck anyways, so all I did there was just, after taking the V-band off, this is the factory downpipe right here, there was just the two nuts, under the two nuts, and the rest of the exhaust right there came off easy, wasn't welded together. We're in Oregon, and at least Eastern Oregon, so things don't rust together like they do where they, on the East Coast. And then the factory downpipe, literally just, it slides down so easy. Comes out right through here, right out the bottom of the truck. Didn't have any issues with it getting stuck on anything. It really just kind of fell out. For comparison, here's the Banks, and then here's the factory Ford downpipe. The aftermarket ATS kits do not have the smushed downpipe. At least that's what I've been told. But the Banks part only cost about $100, and it's not the full length, but that just gives you more room to do your own piping and how you want to do your exhaust if you're running a stack or whatever. But other than that, it's 3 inches down all the way. Pretty sure I'm gonna have to modify the firewall a little bit, but that should be no big deal. But this is pretty much a direct slip in, and it has a port for EGT, which will come in handy. As you can see, that's how smushed flat it is right there, and that just causes high exhaust gas temps, which are bad. But hopefully this will be a nice performance improvements, and it will maybe sound better, hopefully. All right, so I finished the install of the downpipe. As you can kind of not see, maybe on this side. Yeah, see, right there. It was actually a relatively easy installation, if I do say so myself. And now we're gonna get down here and see it right there. That's where it dumps out at. The installation itself, pretty straightforward. When you're sliding it up there, you can't put it up there without going through, up over and through here, and sliding it up to the turbo. You can't not do that. I don't know if a very good way to explain it, but that's how you have to do it. And then another thing, and maybe we can see it down this way. So after you slid it over the transmission cross member, you kind of, or well, before you do it, it's a good idea to kind of hammer out the firewall. Just give yourself a little extra room for the downpipe down there, because you're going to need that extra room trying to slip it up there. And that's how I went about doing it, is slipping it from the bottom. I didn't try it from the top because it just did not look like there was going to be enough room. But once you get all the firewall clearance, you're going to have to slip it up over that transmission cross member, and then just kind of slide it up over there. The flange on the end of it is going to be your biggest problem. That's kind of the reason why I had to give it extra space. Well, massaging back the firewall was because of that flange, because that's the widest piece. But once you get it past there and you get it up there, so if you slide it in there the way it's supposed to go, then you should have no issues. And then I suggest getting a board that you can just lay across. Right here I used a no parking sign, and it worked pretty good. and I just kind of laid over there, and I had one hand there and one hand on the other side holding the pipe and clamping the V-band back on and then tightening it down. And it went on good, and I started the truck up and it sounded pretty good. You can hear the turbo way better. And now the next thing I'm going to do eventually is throw an EGT gauge on here and also finish the rest of the exhaust, because it just kind of dumps out under the cab right now. But other than that, I think it was a pretty fun install, and I highly recommend this upgrade for anybody that is looking to get a little bit more performance out of their IDI, and especially if you have the factory ATS kit with the smashed downpipe. Heavily recommend it. I will leave links in the description or in the comments, wherever, in case anybody wants to check these parts out. If anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to ask me, and I will get back to them as soon as I can. But anyways, thanks for watching. I hope this helped.